Hi, I'm Kathy, the Adult Services Librarian at the Waynesville Library. And today I'm going to show you how to make a barrette, several different kinds, out of Sculpey clay. So Sculpey is a polymer clay, and you bake it in the oven to harden it up after you've created the shape that you want. So the first thing you need to do when you open up your package of Sculpey is condition your clay, and that really just means to knead it to get it soft. I've already kneaded this one. It's pretty soft and ready to go. I've got a piece that I've already rolled out, so what I'm going to show you is a way to make a barrette that's got 4 separate pieces. One that we rolled with a vinyl doily to get a lace pattern, and this one that's various colors, and it's speckled. So the first one that we're going to make is this one right here. So what you're going to need to make barrettes is some Sculpey clay of any color. We're going to start with the white, but I've got multicolored here to show you how to make the little specks on there. You need the metal barrette piece. You can buy a bag of them from Amazon that's got all 3 of these sizes in it. And I use an X-Acto knife for cutting because it's got such a nice sharp point on it. So I've already rolled out this white piece, and I've laminated this piece of cardstock in the shape that I want. You can use a template like this. I just found this online. It was a free template. It's got all these different shapes on it. I've chosen this one. I blew it up a little bit on a copier, and I laminated it so that I could use it over and over. So you roll your clay out, and then you just cut around, and I can tell you that it's very forgiving if the edge isn't exactly smooth. It's okay, because once you bake it, you can use a little piece of sandpaper and emery board and smooth out the edges. I'm just using, as you can see, a piece of wax paper here. You don't have to do that. I just find it to really be helpful. And then you just peel it off of the paper. And you don't have to worry. See that how that little edge is a little pointed? It's not a big deal, because you can soften that up a little bit with emery board after it's baked. You only have to bake it a few minutes at a very low temperature, to 25. So in order to make this, you're going to want to take little tiny bits of other colors. I've got a few little blocks over here of various colors just to get a multicolor look here. And if you want to do it all with just black, you can, and make kind of like polka dots, or you can do like I'm doing and use lots of different little colors in here. And then once we get all those on, we're going to roll over it with the rolling pin to kind of mix them in real well. Let's get a couple more. Okay, now that you've put all your little specks of clay on there, just cover it back up with your piece of wax paper and just gently press them in. Pull wax paper off, and now you're ready to put it on to your barrette. Now the reason that you press it down on the barrette is because what you want to do is shape it before you bake it, shape it to curve like the barrette curves. All right, so now that I've got that lined up pretty good there, I'm just gonna curve it a little bit like that. And now you can bake it with the metal right on it. You're gonna have to pull that metal off and glue it later, but for now we're gonna leave it draped over that, and we're gonna put it in the oven. So the next one that we're gonna make is this. Circles are lined up on the barrette, but you could do it with any kind of a little cookie cutter. You could do stars, circles, or like this flower shape. So I'm gonna roll out this purple that I needed earlier. And let me show you how that works. So we're gonna roll out this piece of clay that I already conditioned. Now remember, you can do all 4 of the shapes on the barrette the same color if you want, or you could alternate them. I'm just gonna do them all in purple. And then if you wanna paint, like I did on this one, I painted some little black dots with acrylic paint. Do that before you bake it. All right, so we've got that rolled out. Pretty good there. And we're gonna make 4 circles. All right, so we've got 4. And again, don't worry if there's a little rough edge on it. You can smooth that out later. So I've got them lined up just about the length of the barrette. Make sure they're the right length. No, a little bit too short. As you can see, they don't stick real strongly until you press them together. Okay, and then just thought it might be nice to put a few silver dots on there. And then we're gonna do like we did with the other one. We're gonna press it down on the metal and bake it on top of the barrette. So that's a couple of ideas there. I'll give you one more. You can use your imagination with color combos and that sort of thing. So let me move this one out of the way and show you how to make one with a plastic doily, this vinyl doily. I just cut it into pieces to make this lace pattern on here. And I'm going to show you how you can condition 2 pieces together so that you'll end up with a bit of a swirled color. This one's just going to be gray and light blue. Once you get your 2 colors mixed up a little bit and get that conditioned so that it's soft, you just roll it out. And I'm going to do a square shape, just like this one right here. So roll that out a little bit. Let me see if that's about the right size, a little bigger. And then you just take this vinyl doily. It's pretty cool. I'm going to place it right over there where the pattern is. And you can see how it makes that lace pattern on there. And then for whatever shape you want to do, I'm just going to do square. So I'm going to turn my little self-healing mat over so I can get some straight lines. I'm going to put this out here so I have kind of an idea of how long I want to make it. And then you just use your X-Acto knife to cut. These self-healing mats, they're really cheap. I got this one at Walmart, and they're so helpful when you're doing crafts because you can cut right on it and it heals. That's why it's called a self-healing mat. But it's got this grid on it, so you can very easily make really straight lines. And so it's just really, a godsend. Look how perfect that rectangle is. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to peel it off of the paper and you're going to lay it on top of the metal and you're going to press it lightly, kind of like make an indentation, because later you're going to want to glue that right in there. Okay. So you just lay it over there, drape it, so that the clay takes the shape, the curved shape of the barrette. And then we're going to pop that in the oven, and then I'll show you how simple it is just to glue the barrette onto the back of it. I just pulled this one out of the oven. It's been in there about 15 minutes. So once it cools off and you can handle it, you just pull this off. And I love this E6000 craft glue. You can use any craft glue, but I just find this stuff to be really, really strong. And so you can get a pack of it at Michael's, or I've seen it at Walmart too. It's pretty cheap and it works really well. So you just put a little bit of the glue on there and then reapply, and it fit it down in the little spot where you press the grooves in. And then that's it. And once that dries, then you can begin filing down any edges that you don't like, if they're too sharp, or if there's a little piece on there that, like this end. See how this end has got that weird little point? It's no big deal. Just file it down. That's it. And then you just make sure before you wear it, of course, that you want to make sure it's fully dry. You would do the same with both of these. Just pull this off, put the glue on, fit it back into the little grooves, and then file down your edges. So you can see how easy and fun it is to make crafts out of Sculpey, but especially barrettes, because you can buy these metal barrettes in a big bag. They're not very expensive at all, and it would make great gifts. So if you would like written instructions, please go to the library's webpage. If you have any specific questions for me, don't hesitate to email, and thanks for watching.